Hello, everyone. This is my first live, so I will apologize for how rough this might be. I just thought, I don't know, I was having my morning cup of coffee and sitting outside. You can probably hear there's some tree trimming going up in my neighbors, so I apologize for that sort of noise. But I thought, why not do a live? I'm trying to tick all the boxes of my newbie YouTube person and get more comfortable. So this is kind of my rough tiptoe in, and I don't even know if anybody will see this or join, and that's okay. This will just be a trial run for me. So I apologize. Every morning I put my shoes on and go take a walk. That's my kind of my self-care sanity, and I just finished that. It's a gloomy day here, and it's a good day just to be out and about. So that's what I'm doing today. My plan is to do kind of a coffee chat book haul, and this is both a library book haul and a thrift store book haul. So um, you are more than welcome to grab a cup of coffee and just join me for a little coffee chatter. I know on lives people are supposed to be able to chat. I don't quite know exactly how I do that. So if people are talking, hopefully that will pop up. Like I said, I am so new at this, and this is, and I apologize for all the rough edges. So today I'll do a mug shot. This is one of my favorite mugs because it's from one of my favorite cities, and that's my home city. My St. Louis mug. Made. I kind of find myself a little bit of a barista. I am totally not. I worked at a coffee shop for like 10 minutes for a friend of mine, so I'm not a or I'm not a barista. But I made a coffee this morning. It is a light roast in my Keurig, and added salted caramel, mocha, and coconut sugar-free syrups, and it tastes like a Samoa. So it's um, it's quite tasty. So good morning. Oh, good morning, Pam. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I'm so touched. Thank you so much. So I'm going to show you the books that I have hauled from a thrift store and then also from the library. I don't buy a lot of books just because I don't want to store them. I usually buy books to gift them. But I found a few that I rescued from the recycle bin, and that's a whole other story. I thought I was going to have to fight the woman in the streets to be able to keep these books. So, oh, thank you, Barbara. Oh, she's joining me for coffee too. Yay! Good morning. Good morning, Donna. I hope that you all are having a beautiful and blessed morning. Like I said, it's gloomy here. It's about 55 degrees. I know I'm sitting outside when it's 55, but I like cold. Um, and it really just a lovely day. My walk today, there was, yes, coffee, team coffee. I was sitting outside today just because the birds are singing, except this annoying, and I hope that isn't too prevalent, the tree trimming. So anyway, the thrift store haul that I have, I didn't find any cozy mysteries, but oh my god, I love Star Trek. Who is your favorite Star Trek character, and which Star Trek is your favorite? Because mine is Next Generation. And I would say that my favorite character is probably Worf. Good morning, Tina. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh my gosh, you guys are warming my heart. I really thought I would be here alone. Oh, thank you. I'm kidding. Okay, so here is my book haul. Now, this isn't. I went to my hometown and stayed there for a week. My brother passed away in 2005, and his birthday was last week. So I stood and helped. I always go home and stay with my family during his birthday. It just makes things a little bit easier. So I went to a thrift store that is for the handicapped and special needs people for programming, and they had this great big huge box that I could climb in full of books, and I started rifling through them, so I'm like, woohoo, books. And the woman was not very nice and went and put this sign up that said employees only, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I would love to look through those books though, because I will buy them, and they're like, oh, they're for the recycling. And I was like, I will pay you for them, and they're like, no, they're for the recycling. And there were, anyway, these are the books that I saved. A Voice in the Dark, and maybe, I don't know how to flip this around, so I'm so sorry. But, oh, that's great, Tina. Thank you. Just thank you for showing up and being there. Good luck at your appointment. I hope everything goes well. Somebody that knows more than I do, if you know how to flip to do a live, let me know. But this is A Voice in the Dark by Claire Lorimers, a chilling novel of romance and terror. And this is from the it's from Avon Books and 1967. But I loved the cover. And if anything, like if I don't read this or if it gets destroyed or whatever not, I would love to cut that out and use it in one of my book journals because I love this background. I think this it's very gothic looking. Oh, I like Han Solo as well. Yeah, Han Solo. Star Wars is Chewbacca. He's my favorite. I actually have a Chewbacca mug. Star Wars. Oh yeah, yeah. Dr. McCoy. I like him too. Star Trek, old, like the first OG Star Trek was probably Spock is my favorite, but I am a Star Trek Next Generation gal, and Worf is my man. So, Voice in the Dark. There you go. 1967 was a great year. One of my dearest friends was born in 1967. So, thank you. The other one I saved was this one here. It is by Marilyn Ross, the author of Dark Shadows. And I have watched Dark Shadows, so I was like, ooh, and this house kind of reminds me of the house from Dark Shadows. So picked this one up. It's called Beware My Lovely. It is a library gothic paperback gold edition, and it has some little nibbles. I think maybe some sort of critter might have got to it. I try not to think about those things. It's very, very crumbly. 1965, this book was written. Uh, this is the cover of this. Once again, I was like, even if I don't read it or if it's too in bad of shape, I will use this for some sort of art piece. So I rescued that one. I paid for all of the books I'm showing you. I paid $1.25, and I was like, I would have paid $1 a book if they would have let me go through that box, but two each. This book is called Dorothy Eden. It's by Dorothy Eden. It's called The Shadow of a Witch, and it is a I believe this is gothic too. I can kind of like the cover, but the cover is gorgeous. I love that like gothic-y, who is the, Rebecca, Daphne du Maurier sort of vibe. So I love it. Hey Esther, so good to see you. Hello. I really wish I knew how to flip flop the camera. This is bothering me so much, but I hope it doesn't bother you, and I hope the sound is not bothering you. I need to just talk and not worry about that, right? You can tell me that. See my perfectionism coming out. Eek. So, oh, this one even has, if I want to go get a coupon for some cigarettes, I can go get some Kent cigarettes. I don't suggest smoking. I'm not promoting smoking. I thought that was it. Ooh, I'm gonna get some music perfume. Oh boy, look at that graphic. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. I might have to use that in my journal too. Or have a club cocktail. Look at that swimsuit. I wish I had her figure and she had a feather. We'd both be tickled. 1962 is when this one was born, I almost said. This one was made. I think it's lovely. Why would we recycle books? I'm getting off of it. So, this was, sadly, I saw about, I don't know, at least 10 of these in that box. And that box, it was like chest high to me, and I'm about 5'5", so it's chest high to me. And I was reaching, I couldn't get into it. And then once she put the barrier up and said I really couldn't get into it. But I saw about 10 of these books that they were going to the recycling, and it just made me sick because I think about my friends who do retro readathons, and like I said, it just kind of made me ill. But this is called The Man in the Shadows. It's by Rosemary Carter. It is a retro Harlequin romance. A lovely cover. This was written in 1979. I was 4 years old in 1979. I started kindergarten that year. This book, I thought this was lovely for like maybe St. Patrick's Day because of all the green. And I believe that it takes place, what says Needle Beach. So I'm sorry, I don't know my European geography well enough to say where that might be, because this might be in, I don't know, I just think of Ireland when I see this book, so I don't know. But I thought she was lovely. I've always drawn to covers with redheads on the cover. Imagine why. But this is a lovely book. Like I said, I got all 4 of these and this book for $1.25. This book I bought, it's in ratty shape. This graphic is, Oh my goodness. Oh, Esther, I love to listen to the birds in the morning, but I will say I have a woodpecker that is an early riser, and about 5:30 or 6 every morning you hear right where my window is. And if I have my window cracked or open, I don't love him every morning. But I do love all of the birds. And I live in a lovely place. I'm very blessed. I have a very safe community. It's my neighbors are all very nice. There's human noises. You're going to hear cars, you're going to hear people working in their yards and stuff, but I also have a lot of birds and squirrels. And we had a family of armadillos last year under our shed. I've had groundhogs. Our shed is like, I think they lease it or something because there's a different critter under it all, and no many how many times we have blocked it, they somehow still get under there. So we do get a lot of critters. We don't really get like deer and things. It's not that wild here. I am 100 or 220 feet away from the Missouri River. So I see bald eagles as well, which is very, very much a blessing. Back to books. Sorry, I got distracted. I bought this because of the graphics. And this is called, it's the Fireside Book of Children's Songs. You can see that there, the Fireside Book of Children's Songs. It is in rough shape. But when I saw that graphic, I picked it up, and someone, Uncle Jack and family, gave this to Jill on Christmas of 1969 in hopes that she has as much fun with it as they did. The little dedication page. I love that. I love finding dedications in books. I am so sentimental. I can't help it. This was written in published in 1966. Look at these graphics. Oh my gosh, I saw this and immediately I'm thinking, oh my god, book journal. I want to do multiple pages using these graphics. So it is in really rough shape. It has some water damage. There's some basement damage. Somebody had this stored and it just did not fare well. But some of these graphics are just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love that there's only 4 or 5 colors. I love that it stays in like the cheery pinks and yellows and black. I love it. This is when I haven't even started my 2024 reading journal yet. But when I do, I will be using these graphics. Oh, how neat. You have so many different animals there. Thankfully, we haven't had any skunks. I think skunks are lovely, but of course I don't really like the smell of them. I have not seen skunks. We have squirrels. My mother has a black walnut tree, and she always collects black walnuts for me. And I will sit on the back porch and I will crack them because I love black walnuts, are my favorite nuts. And she had them in a Dollar General bag, and those are bright yellow. And I set it on the back porch to go get my cracker and go get a base because you can't crack them with a regular nut cracker. I have to crack them with a hammer. Went to go get them, and I came out, and the yellow bag, I noticed, is inching up. My backyard has a very slight incline, but it kind of inching up the incline of the yard. A squirrel had grabbed my full bag of Dollar General store nuts and was taking them. Thought, oh, thanks for lunch. Yeah, we have a ton of squirrels. And they like to chatter and they fight, and it's just fun to watch. I've noticed as I've gotten older that I appreciate that a whole lot more, is the beauty of nature. The whales. I can't get over the groovy graphics. They're so incredibly beautiful, to a point that I was even looking at some of these and I thought, like this, if for the right decor, I don't know, this may go in my kitchen decor. I don't know, I'm pretty eclectic. I would almost frame this and put it on a wall. Just because A, I love owls, and B, people don't do things like this anymore in books. I love the artwork. Absolutely love it. It was so cool. This is like, this is not computer generated, this is hand drawn. Love it. Anyway, I don't know how many times I'm going to say love it. Had to drop a slice of pizza from the top of the tree. Then he was bringing you lunch. That's hysterical. Dropping a slice of pizza from, oh my gosh, that's That makes me laugh out loud. Okay, I am terrified of snakes. I don't even like snakes, and we have a couple of those too, but not in my yard because Dan says that he put anti-snake spray, and we don't have snakes in the yard because Sonia will freak out. But even the snake is cute. Ah, I just love it. How many times am I going to say that? Good morning, Lou. It's so nice to see you. I'm Dr. Seuss again. I love it. My middle name is Louise, Lou, so my family calls me Lulu sometimes. So look at that graphic. It's incredible. So this was my thrift store haul. As I said, I don't usually buy a lot of books because of store. I don't want to store them. I read them once and then I'm finished. I do have a constant little library bag that when I do buy things and I read them, I'll take them to the little library when I'm finished, or I will send them to friends who I know want to read a specific series just for, you know, I appreciate getting little goodies in the mail, so I will send those too. But this was my life. This was my haul. It was this songbook, and then these 4 books. And like I said, I paid $1.25 for them, and saved them from the recyclery, which I don't want to talk about it. It makes me angry. So my library haul. I'll start with the book I'm currently reading, which if you've watched any of the lives, you've heard me say this. It's taking me a while to get through this book, and it's not because I don't really enjoy it, because I am. It's just because I've been listening to more books because I can listen and do other things. It's been kind of a busy couple weeks for me. So the first book that had read is The Hot Pot Murder by Jennifer J. Chow. This is the large print edition, if it looks different than maybe one you've seen. In my beautiful bookmark, I have to show you this. Jen Moody, who is often on our chats and just a darling, darling person, sent this beautiful bookmark to me for my birthday. I thought that was really sweet. It says, trees are poems that earth writes upon the sky. And I am a big fan of just looking at trees and tree bathing. So thank you, Jen, for that beautiful bookmark. It gets used. My mom's cats got a hold of the tassel, so it just has one. Gotta love cats. Anyway, this is the Hot Pot Murder, and it's by Jennifer J. Chow, and it's the second part or the second book in the LA Market series. And basically, Yale is the main character, and her cousin Celine. They run a little chai and kanai drink and food booth in the LA night market, and they're a part of this association of other Eastern Asian food group or food companies, food restaurants, whatnot, and they're getting together to have a hot pot holiday, and mischief happens. So I'm really liking this so far. I'm about halfway through it, and right now, I mean, it's 4 or 5 stars from me. I'm really, really enjoying it. The next book that I got from the library, and I want to stop for a minute and talk about the library. The library when I was a kid was my safe space. I did not grow up in the safest of homes. And as a child that lived in poverty who was also just trying to escape things, the library was my safe space. So I absolutely love, that is very cool, Pam. That I would love to work at a used bookstore, but I don't know if I would like people messing up my stacks. Anyway, I absolutely loved going to the library, and last week I went and revisited my hometown library, and one of the librarians that works there is one of the librarians who was there when I was a child. So I have a very fond affection for her because I don't know if she knew I was trying to get away from home or whatever, but she would have me shelf books. But I went and redid my library card there too. So when I'm with my family or if I'm visiting my family or whatnot, then I can check out books too. But I went to my local library here where I live, and these are from my local library. The support your local libraries. There are a lot of, this is one of them. I can never find this on Hoopla or Libby or even Audible. It's hard to even find there, and they're expensive. I am pretty fiscally conservative, just because, you know, I feel like it's a necessity for us when I stop teaching full time. So I rarely buy books, and I won't. There's a specific price that I won't pay for them, and I know a lot of people are on limited incomes and whatnot. So your library is the best resource. Now, if you have mobility issues or you can't get to your library, you know, of course the online stuff is fantastic, but a lot of communities have bookmobiles too, and there's senior centers and handicap centers that will do books as well. So I really, the local library to me is just like the best place on earth. So I love going to my local library. I can never find Ellie Alexander. I got her first two books when I did Kindle for a minute just to see. Oh, I love it. The library has an amazing used bookstore. So there's, oh, that's cool. That's wonderful. A used bookstore in the library. Love it. Our library always has books for sale, which I've picked up some there too. I found the first two of these. I did a like the special Kindle sample that I want to say it was $4.99 for 2 months, 3 months maybe. And I thought, okay, $4.99, I would pay that for one book. So I read the first two, and they were free on Kindle, but the third one was not. You had to buy it, even with the membership. So this is the third. This is the third. I'm sorry, my battery's low. This is the third in the Bake Shop Mystery on Thin Icing by Ellie Alexander. I love, love, love the cover. It looks wonderful. And it's about Jules. If you've read Bake Shop Mystery, you know this is about Jules. She moves back to her hometown. Her her mom owns this bake shop called Tort, and she used to be a chef on a cruise ship, and now she is working at Tort with her mother. Ellie Alexander has a gift that is incredible, writing about the other folks in the bake shop, that she makes me care about them too. I want to know what's going on with them too. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one who can't always find Ellie Alexander, because I have difficulty finding her as well. Also, Karina Moss. I have Curds of Prey and Case of the Blues. I met Karina Moss in October. She is a darling, darling lady. She is a darling, darling. Yes, they were on KU. The first two. The third one is from what I understand and when my experience was not. I gave up my Kindle membership just because I was finding I wasn't using it much. So I went to the library to get these. I got these at the library as well. It is Curds of Prey and Case of the Blues. I'm not saying, you know, if you would like to, if you have a favorite author and you want to support them and buy their books, that's wonderful. But I also love that there are other opportunities to read these wonderful authors by supporting local libraries. And you do pay for your library. You pay taxes, you pay sales tax, that pays for your library. Curds of Prey and Karina Moss. Curds of Prey by Karina Moss, sorry. Case of the Blues. I'm really looking forward to these. I'm reading this one for my March Mystery Madness. All the dressed to the nines, since these people are dressed up for a wedding. And then this is the next one. And I really want to get this series caught up because I absolutely love it. This is a 5-star series for me. And my last, this is a Diane Kelly book. I also got this from a library. I have gotten I've gotten all of my Diane Kelly books but one at the library, and one of them I bought at a thrift store book sale, and I think I paid, it was like $5 bag. And so this is Dead as a Door Knocker. This is the first in this series. I have read second and third because I found them on my library. I found them on Hoopla and I could listen to them, but they didn't have the first one. So frustrating, why not have the first book? But I just ordered it for my library, and we have an interlibrary, and I think most libraries do this. It's an like my library didn't have it, but they went to another library and then they brought it to me. So this is the story of Whitney, and Whitney is a carpenter, and she and her cousin go together and they flip houses. And Whitney has a darling cat named Sawdust, and Sawdust has his own chapters, which I love. I didn't summarize this one. This one is about Willa. Willa's a cheesemonger in Sonoma Valley, California, and in the first book, she just opens her cheese shop. And this series is everything I want in a cozy. there's the food mentions, and there's friendships and found family, and I really connected to Willow. Willow's little brother had passed, and she talks about the loss of that, and that gives me that connection and makes me feel tied to her. I love this series. This series gets a lot of talk and chatter, and it deserves it. As well as I think Diane Kelly is. All of these series. Ellie Alexander. Everybody who reads cozies knows that name. There's a reason for that. They're just great. So that was my library haul. I'm really working hard to get these finished on time. I'm thankful that our library has that recheck system where I can just go online and do it, because sometimes I have to. I don't always. If nobody's waiting for it, you can just recheck it. So you guys have. I'm gonna take a little quick drink of my coffee. If you drink coffee, what do you like the most? Just add a diet. Yay! Lou, I think you'll love it. I will say the Mountain Lodge is probably my favorite of hers, but I'm really loving the house. It's a 5-star series too. The House Flippers. And I said this in one of my last summary video, which I just posted yesterday, my February reads. I can't build an IKEA shelf, but she makes building things sound interesting, and like I'm somebody who might know something about that. So if I jump off of here suddenly, my low battery is on, so I will apologize for that. And you guys, you all have warmed my heart so much being here. Thank you for your support. You really make me feel part of a community. You just brighten my day just being here, because I very seriously really thought that I would be sitting here just by myself talking. So thank you. Vanilla Real Cream Coffee Creamer. That sounds incredible. That sounds very, very good. I don't have a specific flavor that I constantly go to. I'm kind of a seasonal with my flavor. Thank you, Lou. I have seasonal flavors. I just put away my pumpkin spice and my peppermint flavor syrups, because I was like, okay, I guess I'm over that. Pulled out the coconut. I'm looking for some pistachio. Pistachio coconut is a wonderful combination. Um, yeah, it's pretty great. So, you guys, thank you so much for having coffee with me. I hope that you're having a lovely day where you are. That you know, I have to work later today. I kind of have a gentle morning before I get to go to work. So I get to work with my wonderful students, and I'm so excited. Oh, someone said she was basic, and then it went away. But you are far from basic, hon. And Esther, I missed that comment too. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to do. One of these days, I'll learn how to YouTube correctly. um, oh, oh, there we are. Now I have them available. Yay. Okay. um, oh, Lou says she's basic. Lou, you are anything but basic. Visited St. Louis last June. The birth of our granddaughter. Loved the arch. Yes, that's awesome, Pamela. Thank you, Lou. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are just making my day. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, my heartstrings are doing the Macarena right now. Oh, it was, Pamela. Thank you. You joy to me. I usually have a really gentle morning before I go to work. I do my self-care walk. Um, I'm trying to change my mindset when it comes to exercise, because it's not my favorite thing in the world. And I always just say that I'm celebrating my mobility, and I have my mobility celebration for my self-care sanity. First thing in the morning, I wake up, I take my medicine, put my shoes on, and go walk. And so I just did that. Now I'm sitting down to my coffee and chatting with my friends about books. I mean, what a beautiful start of a beautiful day. So thank you so much. Um, I will. I just posted, like I said, I just posted a video about my February reads. If you haven't watched it and you would like to see more of what I was reading, I really appreciate that. I feel like I'm advertising. I'm really not meaning to, but I just want to inform. Um, I my this has just all been. I'm humbled. I don't even know what to say. So thank you. I love seeing you guys on Tiffany's lives on Sunday nights. It's so much fun. Monday's live for Sarah's birthday. Oh my God, that was incredible. We did so many reading, but we did so much laughing, and that is just incredible. So I don't have the words. I hope that you all have a beautiful day. I hope that you know that your being in this world makes this world a better place, and I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Thank you. I am I am going, thank you. Thank you, Lou. Have a great day. I am going to jump off of here, and I can't say thank you enough. You have all warmed my heart. You made a difference. You have a most blessed day, and I will see you at next live or in the YouTube world. Goodbye. Happy reading.